the Lions versus the Pokemon debate. Now, I love this debate because it's just probably one of the most just one of the most arguments that just simplifies to one of the most stupidest things ever. But I love that about it. But I'm gonna fucking sound like an idiot now as I explain to you why, without a doubt, the Lions would lose. All in good jest. Now you may be thinking, 1 billion lions, that's a lot. Well, it's a lot until you consider the fact that they are lions. You know, lions, the highly territorial animals. The animals that require a lot of food to survive. An animal that are quite known for fighting each other when they're in their territories. And if you didn't know this, then you don't know anything about lions. Lions are just not the sort of creature that works together. They're pack animals and they're territorial. That should be the most common thing to know about them. Now you may wonder, why does that matter? Well, knowing that majority of lions will be fighting each other, and after a certain amount of time, a lot, and I mean like a vast majority of the lions would have starved to death. Based on what I found out, a lion needs to eat every 3 to 4 days, and they can survive to after like a week. That's when it gets really bad. So you can just stall them out. Now you may wonder, well, there's 1 billion of them. They can probably do that until you realise that there's a lot of Pokemon which can just dig a hole. That's like their entire thing. Like Diglett could defeat 1 billion lions in this circumstance because lions are lions. They are not some magical creature. They are real things that we actually know about somewhat. You need to pick a more appropriate animal to actually fight it. A more appropriate one would be like, could every single ant on Earth beat all the Pokemon? Because you may think like, lions can't really swim. That's probably the main one that you can get them on. That a majority of fish Pokemon could beat them, unless you put them on land. But at that point, you're just stacking it against the Pokemon. But ants can float on water. I have seen those creepy as hell the water things they do. It is genuinely kind of creepy. But like, if you get all the ants, they probably weigh less than all of the lions, and they could probably beat all the Pokemon. You may want a Pokemon like Slugma. Well, it needs to, keep itself warm. It would need to consume things to do it. So therefore, if you just threw enough things on it, it would eventually cool down and you could kill it. And that's probably the main things that would defeat it. You just need the sheer scale of Pokemon like that. While Pokemon like Diglett, if you have like a lion, they are not really known for digging that well. They can climb trees, which means that a lot of flying Pokemon can't beat them, because like, you may think, oh, they could fly away. Well, if they fly away, they're gonna have to get somewhere and stay there for a bit, because creatures can't go forever without doing anything. And this is me putting realistic limitations on Pokemon. Pokemon are like, they're creatures. They have some magical qualities, but at the end of the day, they're creatures. So like, if you take away magical powers, you wouldn't have it. But like, if you say, oh, magical powers, but it takes some of the energy, that is within the realm of you actually having an active debate. That's why Pokemon like Mewtwo probably aren't the biggest problems for the creatures, whatever creatures you fight it with. And as I said before, ants are probably the best one to say, because ants are fucking terrifying. They can beat the moles, they can beat the birds probably, just based on sheer willpower. Ants know how to fucking grow food. I've heard about them knowing agriculture. Now that is truly weird. Ants can grow food, and that is weird, man. They could just do whatever. They could probably beat Mewtwo by stealing his mind powers, for all we know. But lions are just not the thing to go through, because you can just dig a hole while they all fight each other over territory, and they slowly starve to death. Yeah, the entire debate is stupid. Like, the only way that you can't do that if you put them inside a metal box, but then you can just say like, well, all lions would just crush each other at that point. Like, have you heard of crowd crushers? Like, at a certain point, a number doesn't really matter. If you reduce it down to like 1 million, the results are still the same. sheer excess at a certain point doesn't matter. But you know what does matter? The fact that ants would win, baby. Yeah. Uh, uh, all the ants on Earth could beat a billion lions. Even if you gave them magical powers and they could dig and they can, I don't know, 1v1 you on Rust.